Y'all, Russ here, RVerTV. Welcome. Check it out. We're out here in the Outer Banks, trucking south. It's early afternoon, just left Kitty Hawk. That was really something to see, that Kitty Hawk. You could really experience what they went through flying that first airplane, huh? Alright, I need to make a quick pit stop. Up here, we're heading down to Wave, North Carolina. There's a big KOA. I'm going to spend the night there. And we're going to see the ocean. Yay, the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, it looks like a little harbor here. There is water everywhere. These Outer Banks, they're narrow. Well, I want to get something to eat, take a break. I got a little bit of a wait before I can get in that campground. You can't even get in till after 3 o'clock. Most campgrounds you can get in by 1. Hey, let's jump in the boat, go fishing. Salty air. Definitely smell the ocean. Yeah, it looks like they got a place to eat up top. A lot of seaweed in there, isn't there? Alright, well, I'm going to go back to the van, check some emails, sit in a chair, relax a little bit, grab something to eat here. I got about 2 hours to lay over here, and then gonna head down to that campground. Wave, North Carolina isn't that far, but we're here. We're way out on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. This has been on the bucket list forever. What's the old TV show, Gilligan's Island? That 3-hour cruise. They get shipwrecked. All right, be back. traffic out here is a lot. I'll put it that way. That's a nice way to put it. Just one road. And there are houses and condos, and it's incredible. All the construction and buildings and businesses out here. Especially with all the hurricanes and severe weather and everything. Of course, that's only a little bit of the year, I guess. What a place to live, huh? Out here. Got these big bridges, connect all the islands together. Well, I'm just gonna leave the camera run so you can see what it's like to drive down through the Outer Banks. Looks like this raised area down here is where the sailboats and everything go underneath. I keep thinking to myself, what a place to live. This is so different. We're about, what, 6-8 miles off the mainland, the coast. Right here in the good old USA. This is North Carolina, the Outer Banks. Well, we're here, about half mile yet to go. See right there on the maps, it says 2 minutes. Traffic. I guess if you live out here and you vacation, you get used to it. But wow. To me, I didn't visualize this many people out here, but I guess so. What a long ways to go get supplies. But there's big stores, like Kitty Hawk was a full-blown city. Had all the big stores there. All right, should be up here pretty quick. All kinds of campgrounds out here. Should be right up here to the left. I picked this one because it was one of the few that had a site for just one night. Most KOAs do. They can squeeze you in. Alright, well, I'll get parked, get the e-bike out, and we'll cruise around this park here and see what we can find, and we'll walk down to the ocean too. Alright, all hooked up, got that air conditioner going. It is very humid right now. This place is huge. They got park models. Everything's up off the ground. So when the water runs through, see everything's on stilts. Storm surge, I guess. In all my years, I've never been in a hurricane. A couple severe, like thunderstorms that, well, this year, that tornado. Straight line winds in Minnesota. That was a thrill. We've done a lot of miles this summer. My goodness. Heck yeah. Okay, up here near the road, they got their swimming pool. You can hear all the kiddos. Nice day to be jumping in a pool. Everyone's got a golf cart here. Get around the big park. Looks like pavilion, picnic area. Well, is that like a motel here? Maybe. I don't know. They park underneath the buildings. There's a big slide for the kids. Playground. And more RVs. Alright, well, let's head back towards the van. I'm a couple hundred yards from the dune, the walkway over to the ocean. Yeah, more cabins here. Well, when we seen all that traffic up at Kitty Hawk, everyone leaving, that turnover day, they all head out of town, then they come back. Because a lot of people, I guess, according to that lady I talked to this morning, they book out for a whole week here. This place almost needs its own zip code, doesn't it? There's the van on the right. I'll go back just a little farther. See if I missed anything back here. Wow, some of these sites have their own little pavilion with shade. I know mine does. Here's the dunes. Okay. More golf carts. Well, we got an e-bike. Alright, let me head back to the van. Well, here you go. Here's the Atlantic Ocean. First look. Tomorrow I'm going to drive all the way down to the farthest point you can on the Outer Banks. They've got their beach umbrella chairs, soaking up the sun. Right here at the dunes. There is a lot of people down here, isn't there? Too many for me. Alright, well, I'm gonna head back towards the van. Watch this guy, he's gonna run in the water on the wave. There you go. You want to go burn a bunch of fuel, go out in the ocean and plow through the water in that thing. But they're out there doing it. That's one of them sport fishers, whatever they call them. They're out there getting the big fish. Well, tomorrow I'll find a lot less crowded place than this one. It's getting near the end of the day too. I'm tired. Been a long day between going up Kitty Hawk all the hiking around and getting all the way down here to wave. But we're here, Outer Banks. We got a fish cleaning place. Golf cart parking, looks like. Or maybe they rent them here, I don't know. Got to stay off the dunes, which is smart. Keep them healthy. That's what protects a lot of these homes, are these dunes from that big storm surge. But we got picture perfect weather. End of August, right here in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. Alright, here's home for the night. Got the Starlink out. See, this site came with a little pavilion. I didn't have a lot of choice. Even has a little fire pit, but it's a little toasty to be sitting out with a fire for just me. Got some tent campers behind me, e-bikes all locked up. Air conditioner runs real well in that van, so I'll stay nice and cool. Alright, we'll be turning wheels in the morning. Heck yeah. Gonna truck south out of here as far as we can drive. Right here in the Outer Banks. Well, good morning. It is early. Sun's not up yet. Heading down to Hatteras. Just left that KOA. Wasn't a good stay. It was so hot and humid, those people in the tents, I felt bad for them, but they're in their cars, running their cars all night. All you could hear was engines, people talking, so kept me awake. I would not recommend that campground. Alright. Now we're getting some daylight. Yay. The humidity is like rain. Keep running the wipers on the windshield. Kind of neat, really. Locals probably don't like it, but I think it's kind of neat. There's our sun coming up. He'll be up quick. See the moisture on the windows. Just building after building. I said that yesterday. I didn't expect all this. I thought it'd be a lot more desolate, but there is a huge population that lives out here. Well, I'm going to drive clear to the end and then work my way back. There's a lighthouse down here. I don't know if we can get access. We'll try. But go down to the end first and come back. Wow, it's super narrow through here. Don't worry, we're gonna walk down to the ocean. On the maps it showed there was like a beach up here. Well, beach everywhere, duh. But all the rooms in these homes, just huge business. Probably all that Airbnb. Everything's on stilts. Alright, up here's where all the ferries will take you back to the mainland. I looked at that and tried to book rides out of here. There's actually 2 ferries you'd have to take, because there's another island you'd go to, and then from there on over to the mainland. And it just wouldn't work out. They were all reserved. Well, this time of year. General store there. You know, these homes with stilts, you just think they'd fall over, but they're pretty well anchored. But it would have been kind of cool to take a ferry ride, but maybe next time. Just that time of year. I mean, heck, the end of August, out here in the Outer Banks with all these people. My goodness. Here they are up here on the right. Alright, well, I'm gonna find a place to park. We're gonna go find that ocean down here. But we're at the end of Hatteras here. This is it. Want to keep going, you gotta swim. Alright, there is a museum here, but it's not open today. Go figure. I picked a day that it doesn't open. Alright, we're at the very end, down here at the Outer Banks in Hatteras. right here at the very end of all the islands. You can see the map there. So I'm going to walk over this little bridge. We're going to get up close to the ocean. Yeah, up at that campground yesterday, that was just too many people down there. This is what I wanted to see, something like this. Okay, here is our sunrise on the Atlantic Ocean at the very end of Hatteras here on the Outer Banks. What do you think? Well, what do you think? Could you live here? Or at least visit? Heck yeah. A few people up there fishing off the beach. But this is just perfect. Heck of a lot better than that campground. Way at the end here, the Outer Banks and Hatteras. Been wanting to see the Atlantic Ocean for years and years. It was always on the list, but it's a long ways for me. I'm on the West Coast. But did it. I'm here. Hope you're enjoying it all. A lot of homes through here. What a view they have. Think of Being here and watching them big storms roll in, huh? That'd be something. Wonder if it snows here. Maybe. Oh no, have to research that. Probably gets cold for sure. Alright. Well, let's truck north out of here. I'll keep the cameras rolling. We'll see a little bit of the road heading out. And there's a lighthouse. I don't know if it's open or what. I'll try to find that too. Still pretty early. I'll probably get some fuel, let the sun come up a little bit higher. But there's the end. Need a rowboat from here. There's a museum that's closed today. Otherwise I'd hang for it. Then up here's the docks for the ferries. Looks like a few people lining up for them. Yeah, they were sold out for vehicles. You could ride as a passenger, but I don't want to leave the van. Because that one island had a campground, but I'm just going to double back. I don't have to go all the way back to Kitty Hawk. I'm just going to cut over once we get up a ways. South Carolina's next. Look at the size of those places. Those are huge. That had to cost a fortune to build those. And just the foundation in them for those stilts that they're on. Be cool to rent one though, huh? Get way up top. Heck yeah. Here's this narrow part. I mean, them dunes are right there. I passed a pole out up here. I'm gonna stop. So them things got 1, 2, 3 stories. They're everywhere. No wonder the traffic getting out of here was something else. Bet the sand blows over in heavy winds. Instead of plowing snow, you plow sand. There's a jogger out enjoying the morning. Real salty smelling air. Where's that pull out? Yep, here it is. Wanna stop? Heck yeah. Stop a sec. Oh, it's hard to walk in. That is soft sand. Wow. This is cool. Big old dune with the beach. This is so perfect. Well, if I ever came back here again, I would stay all the way down here instead of where I did last night, for sure. Look at that, tire tracks. Well, they probably got rangers or something out here patrolling. Well, one last look at our ocean, huh? Well, you got ocean on one side and inlet bay on the other. It's a long ways over to the mainland though. There's a no camping sign here. But probably hike down there and fish. A lot of vegetation through here. Yeah, you can't even see the mainland. Well, now that's Hatteras down there. But there you go. The Outer Banks. Alright, well I got a few miles to do. I'll see what else we can find on our way out of here. Really glad I came down here. It was debatable after last night. I was just going to turn around and peel out. But I'm glad I drove down here. And I'll show you the front cam, picking up all the road footage right up there, GoPro. Alright, I'm going to go up here, find some fuel, probably grab a cup of coffee, then we'll look for that lighthouse before we get out of the far end of this Outer Banks here. All fueled up, I turned around, I actually passed the entrance to it here. There's camping back here. Talked to a nice lady at the gas station. She said there's also a pier. Once you get up past the campground, go across a couple of them bridges, there's a fishing pier. She said it's kind of cool. I'll look for that on our way out. Got a big bike trail, hiking trail in here. Quite a few trees. Oh, speed bumps. That slows you down. Don't see the lighthouse yet. Quite a ways back in here. There it is. Oh, it's got scaffolding around it or something. Wow. Okay, here's the sign. Lighthouse. Campgrounds. Straight ahead. Alright. Well, let's take a quick look anyway. We're here. Looks like they are restoring it. Imagine all the ships that seen the light of that thing. It's all fenced off. Well, I'm gonna walk over there anyway. Well, it might be under construction, but maybe we can see something up here. No problem parking. Only one here, except the workers. Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. Under full restoration. Well, that's a good thing, I guess. Alright, little viewing deck. Yeah, everything's closed, but that's alright. At least we got to see it. I wouldn't mind coming back here sometime. Maybe a different time of year when not quite so busy, but maybe it's always busy here. If I hang around too long, they'll probably put me to work. Get up there and start painting that thing or whatever they're doing. Alright, let's keep the wheels rolling, see what else we find. For more information on my channel, be sure to check out my website, RVerTV.tv. There you can sign up for your newsletter. Put one out once a month now. Also, we got free downloadable puzzles, word search, all that in the newsletter. We do mug shots. We have a merch store. If you buy a mug, send us a picture. We'll put your picture in the newsletter as well. In the merch store, we also got the Armchair Traveler series, the Heck Yeah series for this year's travel, all kinds of cool stuff. Hats, shirts, mugs, all of it, which helps support the channel and future videos just like this one, exploring the Outer Banks of North Carolina right along the Atlantic Ocean. How cool is that to say? Heck yeah. Here's that fishing pier that lady was telling me about. Said it's neat. It's part of the old road before they built the new bridge. Just think what it's like to build these bridges. You know, another place I'd like to go some days down the Keys, Key West. Those are miles and miles long, those bridges. All right, get parked, take a little walk. Walk out on the pier, take a break. Oh my goodness. This pole shows you how high the storm surge is. Run from water, hide from wind. Wow. Look at this thing. Well, I'd be running. Right up top of that bridge, I guess. Man. That's a wall of water coming in. Yeah, 9 feet a surge. They probably even get higher, some of those storms. They always say the storm surge is the worst of a hurricane. Does the most damage. But down here, probably just way of life. They're used to it. I'm sure they don't like it, but they're used to it. What is there, like 1 to 2 hurricanes a season? Here's the old pier. All the rules. Bonner Bridge Pier. Yeah, it kind of looks like the old road or something, doesn't it? Well, glad I came this far this summer. What a long ways from home. Can't get much farther out in the ocean than the Outer Banks. I got a few miles to do. I'm gonna keep dropping south. I want to go down into South Carolina before I turn back to go home. Might even head down into Georgia. I don't know yet. Got to do a little planning. But this was totally different than what I thought it would be coming to the Outer Banks. I mean, Kitty Hawk was like a major city, then down here traffic, but it's still cool. Just a lot of people, and one road in and one road out. That's it. Pretty darn neat. Highly recommended. Get a chance, get out here. And as the sign says, run from that water. Get Just trying to picture that. A wall of water that tall. I had to wipe out everything here. You'd be out there with the sharks swimming. That's amazing. I'll remember that. Good little map of the Outer Banks. We're way down at the end of Hatteras. Well, I hope you're enjoying all this bonus footage from last summer's travel. Coming up in 2026, got all kinds of travel plans going as well. It's still January, so gotta let the snow melt and the roads clear, but 2026 is gonna be one epic travel season. Next bonus footage coming up, South Carolina, here we come. Journey never ends. Talk soon.